But let's move into the Queen's Court here. Last segment that we have for today's show on a Tuesday. And Coach Emily, this is where, coaches who are willing to test the court can come and offer up a pick to you and hopefully not get their head lopped off if the pick is unapproved.
I heard Gino was going to play Queen's Court today.
I think Gino's in there. Gino,
he
you
doesn't
there,
know
buddy?
it yet, but he is.
Yes, sir.
You got 5 minutes to find your best pick for Coach Emily, and then you're going to go second or third here, Gino, okay?
Okay.
You got it. All right. But Emily, you're up. Actually, you get to decide whether Gino gets thrown right.
I was going to say, Tim's
not.
like, oh, wait a second. I tried to do
this is
you show up, you're definitely going to present to the Queen. You can't just show up
and Tim caught himself real quick, didn't he?
I made that mistake last time.
Tim is trying to increase his chances of not dying today. So that's why
Tim's trying to mansplain in Queen's Court and never works out.
No, it doesn't. No, my Queen, it is your court.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man. Yeah, absolutely. Gino's here, so he's definitely going to play Queen's Court. And who do we have off last time? Let's start with you, Tim. I'm always picking on you, but let me start with you today. Let me see what you have for me.
All right. So there's several things that I've been thinking about with the Queen's Court, and there's a couple of different directions I can go here for my Queen. I can go into an industrial play or a gaming play. Do you have any leaning, or do you want me to just give you my best one?
You just give me your best one.
Well, the best one is going to be Caterpillar. Then we're going to go with that. In the gaming sector, I was thinking about Activision just because I love the fundamentals. I think it's going to make a little bit of comeback. You got an upgrade today, but the chart is ugly. But Caterpillar, let's bring that cat chart up there, Matt, is one I believe in fundamentally. I believe in from a sector perspective. I believe in the growth story. I loved, Matt's, kind of read of their earnings report. Gave me a lot of clarity as to what they're doing with farm cells around the globe, expanding and all that kind of stuff. The sell-off here today brought it right back into an old resistance zone. So this was a candidate over the weekend for the option report. The breakout was swing tradable, no question about it. There's still ways you could map out those trades. But we've got a leader in the industrial sector in a beautiful uptrend, strength in the market. This area of the market has definitely been there, and now we're sitting on a support zone. I would personally approach it from one of two different ways, position trade it and trend trade it, keep a stop loss, enough distance where I can play the moving averages down there, and maybe even the pivot point, because we're only a couple weeks behind earnings. And that's one thing I love about this one here, Emily, is that we've got 2.5 months that we can navigate a trade or a trend trade in front of us. So that's perfect timing for position trading. Caterpillar is my offer today. What says the Queen?
You know what I love about Caterpillar? It came out of its box. It was in a box for what a month. It's out of the box. It's out of the box. So I absolutely love that it's no longer in that box. And it's sitting, right, like you said, it's sitting on those moving averages. I absolutely love this pick. Didn't have it on my watch list, but now I will definitely add it on my watch list because I still thought it was in the box, but I had no idea it actually broken out of the box. So it's on my list, and I absolutely love it for position trade.
I've had my head chopped off so many times. I'm just going to sit down and shut up now.
Yep.
I'm removing my boxes. You guys are treating them like training wheels. Read the chart.
We like trading wheels.
The visuals do help. If it really does help when you can see those boxes and you're like, okay, look at that. It's out of the box. It's out of timeout. You can actually play it now.
We'll put the training wheels back on, but we call them trading wheels.
Trading wheels.
That's my dad joke for the day. That's my dad joke for the day.
All right.
We definitely need a meme guy. We absolutely need that in a meme. Trading box.
All right. So does Queen pass?
Tim survives. Tim survives.
That's Caterpillar.
It's Caterpillar. You can't.
Listen, Tim's died a lot recently. I'm very happy for Tim.
All right. I like it. It's a little retest, a little Cody special here, right? A little snap back retest. I like it. Who's next, Tim?
Let's go with Mark.
All right. So when markets get volatile, like when you have a strong trend, when momentum is there, I'll get really loose and I'll play momentum. I'll do all kinds of stuff. But when markets get volatile, I like to get back to my cash flow roots. And I get really, really defensive, me personally, right? And so I don't, a hard time, finding stuff that I was like, all right, I love this. I loved UPS 2 weeks ago, ExxonMobil last week. They both did well. And so I was like, what do I feel the best in right now? What do I like? And I'm going to go to an area of the market that is something that I'm not shy about at all. I think it plays against the themes. It doesn't have that susceptibility to a lot of the things, and it's not out of its box, but it's a gigantic box. Give me silver and give me the ETF SLV. All right, so we have been trading in a wide range consolidation pattern on SLV, on silver in general for a long time. We had that parabolic move about 10 months ago, which we hated. It was nice for price appreciation. If you played it bar by bar, you know, you could make some money in those kind of parabolic moves, but you know, those kind of parabolic moves aren't sustainable. Now, what I have been happy with is the range that is developed on silver has been really, really high compared to its historical means. And what I particularly like about silver, and I've laid out this case several times in the tackle trading community for silver, is I love the fact that it is an industrial metal that hasn't participated in the run-up. In this post-election theme-based trading environment, you've seen a lot of the classic playbook on an economy that is hot play out. You've seen semiconductors have massive runs. You've seen industrial have massive runs. You've seen materials. You've seen cyclical. I mean, it's just been a playbook that's just played out to perfection. Hot economy, overheated economy, this goes, this goes, this goes. Well, what I like is there's several things I like about silver. I love the fact that it hasn't participated so far. I love the fact that in some of the biggest market worries right now play as a strength to silver. Inflation. That plays as a strength when you look at how silver has done in an inflationary environment over the last 50 years. Silver's done just fine. And so like when you have a bearish theme in the market, I look at, all right, what are areas that benefit that go against that theme? And so you got multiple themes playing with silver. You have a fact that it has not participated in the playbook. You have, but still could. I mean, the economy, I mean, nobody's worried that the economy isn't going to be hot. I mean, that's not the worries right now. So there's still a run up for all of the industrial metals and the quasi precious and industrial metal space. You have it running counter, benefiting from the big worry in the market right now. And then you've had robust price action lately. You've had some interesting candles showing strength recently. Potential for cash flow is always there in silver. And so from a cash flow perspective, which I know you love, my queen, you can take advantage of that through a variety of strategies in your playbook. But I also think we're on the cusp of maybe some directional movement. And when I can get both as a cash flow trader, that's the best of both worlds. When I get an instrument that I love because of cash flow, but also has a directional bounce, I think that the price action has been very telling. So I'm going defensive this week in market conditions. Heavy cash flow play with a directional kicker. Silver, my trading instrument is the liquid ETF SLV.
Okay, I'm gonna sound like a beaten drum here, but I'm really loving how you the way you approach whenever you're going through the stocks that you're going to trade, and I love the theme and the thesis behind everything that you present. The fact that silver has not participated in the run up with everything else, and you now having a game plan on what to do when it does, whether it's cash flow or directional, it gives you choices, right? And that's the whole idea with trading, is that you have choices. So you could, easily just, do a covered call on this, or you could start doing naked puts, whatever you want to do, or play directional. So I like that I have choices with silver, and I like that we haven't missed out on the run the way we have with other things that have been running up. So this is a keeper for me. I absolutely love it. This is a good pick for you, Mark.
Thank you, Mike.
So you are not having your head chopped off today.
Listen, I came this close to bringing Palantir today, so but
I did tell him that if he did, I would have cut his head off for you.
So maybe
He wouldn't have finished even saying
Like, I
Palantir. It would
won't
have been
even
like just
pull up
off
the
with his
chart.
head. Exactly. Oh, but I really love, and I love silver for, it's a inexpensive ETF, right? So pretty much anybody can play
super
this.
liquid, super liquid.
Yeah, and it's very liquid. That's what I love about it. So good pick. Love it.
Good. To survive. Who's next?
To survive. Gino, have you seen kind of like how the game goes? Are you ready to play it yet?
Yeah, I got a great question for you.
Go ahead.
Can I do two of them real quick? I need your advice on two of them.
Let him do two of them. See how that works.
Trigger into RRC at 1180. Is that a good breakout point? Would you take it? Yes or no?
The Queen's not
RRC.
taking the request.
We'll let the Queen handle this. We'll let the Queen handle this.
Gino, you present the pick to me, and I decide whether it's a good pick or not.
Okay, yeah, looking at breakout 11.80 cents. RRC Range Resources Corp. Energy sector. It's ignoring the sell-off today. Big old inverted head and shoulder type pattern. Held, what is that? Thursday's low to the T. I'm getting some good volume spikes on the minutes. And I'm a nickel away from my trigger point. And I'm looking for a follow through tomorrow of maybe $1, ATR and a half. Just as a small breakout play on a cheap stock.
Okay, so this is a swing trade if it breaks 1180.
Uh-huh.
And what was the other choice?
Oh, the other one's a special play. Big Five, BGFV. So this is a special situation here. They have a dividend payout Friday, an extra dividend, which has caught everybody's attention. So the stock has rallied into that. Probably one of the biggest jumps it's had in many, many years. Very popular sporting goods store here. Profitable. They beat their revenue by 100 and something percent during the pandemic. Anyway, their profit, they had so much profit and revenue left over, they decided to give an extra $1 per share to holders of the stock this Friday. Now, I do hold the stock, but with this run up, do I sell and take the profit, or do I hold it for that $1 dividend? And there's another dividend next week on 28th of 18 cents. So this is one of those, nice yield, cash flow. My question is this. Number one, do I sell? Or number two, what do you think about this strategy? Can I do an in-the-money covered call to protect the downside after the dividend payout? Because it's guaranteed to drop $1. I'm thinking of selling the 25 call in the money to lower my break even to 24.5 and still get the dividend.
I'm laughing because Tim is over here typing in the chat that we should just top off your head for not knowing the game, but it's your first time playing.
Just try to make money. Just try to make money.
It's your first time coming into the Queen Court, and
You don't want to do it, but do it.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it. Just end it. Just kill it.
Just end it.
Just kill it.
You start off.
Everyone in the court is wondering why he's not on the chopping block.
It was going to be a bloody Tuesday because you did start off with 300 today with Spartan. So
I gotta get the butter out again.
Get the butter.
He said, "Get the butter. Let's go."
Oh,
that's what we call the axe these days.
I love you, and I know you have very wonderful creative strategies, and I'm probably sure the way you would play this, it would be a great trade for you. But this is not to the Queen's liking or her taste or desire, so I am going to have to chop your head off.
Okay.
But nice effort. But thanks for stopping in.
You're not getting Big Five through.
More money for me.
Can I answer the question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Gino, you got $12 in front running. Why are we risking the $1 when you got 12 in front running?
Yeah, I was going to say the market gave you a $12
The market gave
dividend.
you $12 dividend. Why are you begging for another $1? Give the tip to the waiter and come. Let's go home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got to stop, or do I hang out for the dividend? What do you think?
No, you give the tip. Let's go.
All right.
You're too drunk. Let's go.
In, my friend. Done.
Let's go.
So you like that one, Big Five, huh?
Ah.
I kind of just wanted to brag about how big that thing moved.
Yeah,
Your
we
head is
know what
chopped
you
off.
wanted to do. Like
You were not
we
here to
know
play Queen's Court.
exactly what was transpiring.
Whenever
right
Gino
now.
pops in, like, 5 minutes before the show is over,
Didn't
he's
we
coming to
kill his
promote
head?
something.
Like, how is he
Hey,
still
I
talking? Is he the
tried to
headless
put
horseman?
Big Five on the scouting reports 2 weeks ago, and everybody's like, nah, it's not going to go anywhere. Sorry.
All right.
But, you know.
So for this edition, Gino's head
That
is
might have been a
chopped
conversation he had that was not with the scouting report.
Ouch.
But we'll talk about that later on. So Gino's dead. Tim and Mark survive.
Mhm.
I'll throw one out. Gino, I'll see if I can get my head chopped off with you there. Okay, brother.
Pick Range Resources.
Israel needs company, right? We'll see. What do you want me to pick?
The one we just
RRC.
picked.
RRC.
Yeah, I got to make a decision here in a few seconds.
Here's my pick on RC. I think there's better oil plays, and you got some chop at about 12.15 to worry about historically. So I think there are better oil plays out there. My pick, though, I was thinking about two things, but I'm going to go with one that reported earnings today.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, I'm just getting my numbers. I wasn't prepared to look at these numbers, so just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna go with Norton LifeLock.
Ooh.
I know, and Gina wanted to talk about dividends, so that piqued my interest. I was like, you know what, he's bragging about some dividends out there. Why don't I take a moment to talk about a list called Dividend Fireworks, which Norton LifeLock is a member of that list called Dividend Fireworks. It's our top 10 dividend paying potential covered calls for the year. Norton LifeLock is on one of them. The reason I bring it up here today is the price response following a fairly positive earnings report. And Norton has really kind of been stuck in mud for really since we put it on the list. Again, it's called Dividend Fireworks. It's not exactly a growth-based list, right? And one of the only technology companies that really kind of fits that component of what would be a dividend type paying company. Norton, a very healthy company. Fundamentally, obviously when it's on one of the lists like the Tackle 25, you're going to have, here's what you know about the Tackle 25 and the list associated to the Tackle 25. They're all have good valuations because we don't, unless it's like the DSM 3060 money, which we will take into account a little bit higher valuation on Dividend Fireworks, on Tackle 25 valuation, fundamental analysis plays a much, much, much bigger role than anything regarding technical analysis does. But when you're looking at Norton LifeLock, you're talking about a company, and what I say earlier today, valuation matters, right?
Mhm.
That's what we said. Valuation matters. And over the course of the last couple weeks, Mark, is that reminding all of us traders the importance of valuation, of maybe not chasing high valuation thresholds like everything's going to be great in the future? Well, this is a company that's rocking currently a 20 P ratio with a forward P ratio right there at 12.96. You're looking at a PEG ratio, PEG of 0.92, which is underneath of the one threshold, which has really good valuation. So there's no valuation concerns here. It pays a nice healthy dividend right there at about 2.37%, pretty consistent dividend there as well. And then when you look at, and again, stuck in the mud in earnings, had a chance to break out, didn't. Earnings had a chance to break out and did. We're looking at a potential breakout, shifting volatility. And you could be, and again, this is a could, you could be starting a new trend, which is always a really good position to be in from a position to an investor perspective. But and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any swing trade. This is Norton LifeLock. It's a dividend firework play. I'm thinking position with cash flow on a covered call here. And now let's get into the raw numbers here. I looked at some bad earnings today. Roblox, bad earnings numbers. Let me say it again. Roblox, terrible earnings numbers. So I was looking at the list while we were in the halftime report today. I didn't know if I was going to get a pick, but Gino inspired me, so I went and got a pick. And so I went through the Tackle 25 list, and I found this company called Norton LifeLock that was breaking out today, and I knew they had earnings, so I decided to go look at their earnings numbers. Earnings numbers, EPS came in at 40 cents versus the expectation of 38 cents. Revenue came in above the expectation at 672 million. That resulted in a 9.4% year-over-year revenue increase. But you also saw guidance also increase as well. So they came out officially with a beat and a beat, but they also came out with a slight increase in guidance for both EPS and revenue. The investor class are celebrating this with a buy. And not only that, you guys see a wick? Look at that tiny wick. Look at that tiny
Can
wick.
hardly see it.
You need a microscope to see it. Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna have to get in there. I'm gonna have to get in there. I'm gonna have to get. Oh, see that wick? Man,
There it
it
is.
hasn't done anything. Nobody has wanted to sell this. Now, obviously, love it breaking out of 2180 by 22. It reclaimed all of this chop at 2225 all the way up to 2265, and it even claimed the 23 chop there. As long as you hold, in my opinion, 2270, we're go time here. My pick, NLOK, dividend firework tackle 25 pick, good valuation, great for covered calls. Finally got some price appreciation analysis to justify.
All right. You're lucky because your mic started to cut out just as you were finishing. So otherwise I'd have had to chop you off for having a bad mic. But I definitely love, I love the fact that it is out of the mud, or otherwise what we would say out of the box, right? It's been in this box, but it's a dividend fireworks. There are stocks that you would be okay when there's, when they're stuck in that box, especially if you're doing, cash flow strategies with it, right? So this is one that you wouldn't mind if it's stuck in a box, and it's, and now that it's starting to get out of that and it's now appreciating, you're also going to get that price appreciation as well. So I love it. I love it that it's a dividend. What does it pay on dividend? What's the dividend payout?
It's about 2.5.
2.5.
So, could cover a little bit of inflation on top of that too. So absolutely love it. I like it a lot.
And again, when in doubt, you can always write a nice little covered call and bring in 2% there too. I mean, it's not the best covered call stock in terms of liquidity in the options, but it's and again, this is a technology component, guys. Find me a better tech play than this right now.
Oh, it's holding up beautifully in that regard.
But it's a safe tech play. It's a dividend paying tech play. An established tech play.
And it's a different kind of play than what we've been submitting. So I love the idea here, and I'm glad that. So Emily,
I almost brought you a food-based company
again,
but I was
hold on. So on a day where we've been looking at things that have been stuck in the box, Matt goes outside the box and brings us LifeLock.
Oh,
that's what I do.
What you did there, Queen.
That's what I do.
I am not opposed.
There's been a lot of clever things that I've really enjoyed this show.